just a sec to... you know the drill. Gotta adjust things. Bring that over. So, just to clarify for those who... I fucking hate that. For those who were watching uh, earlier, I'm staying at my parents' house, and they actually lost Wi-Fi, which was interesting. So, I have to manually set this up like that. And then, yeah, perfect. Okay. So, yeah, we actually fully lost power. So, I'm actually still in the process of setting up the base, but when I got to about here, this is where I realized that I should probably explain what I'm doing. So, that is exactly what I'm going to do. So, in my old base, I'm gonna just remove these real quick. So the idea of how this is going to work is that these, I guess I didn't have to remove these. So these are channels, which make it so that fluid can use, and I could have used a pipe, but this works a little bit better. So the way that this is going to work is that this is going to be a blaze enclosure. So what that means is that this is going to be producing all of our fuel for both furnaces, or for both the smelter, for both the foundry and the smeltery, or for both the smeltery and the other one. But the idea here is that this is going to power everything. So I click this, and I need the fluid, and you can actually see how the channels, how there's the little arrow right there. So that means the pipe is flowing this way. And so what we want to have happen is so that I can hit this once, and it will refill this entire row. Or it will refill all of the storage tanks for this. Okay, very good. And then same thing, we're going to do that and that. Okay, boom. So now all I have to do is right click there. Now this is set up the way that it is because let me see. So now that that's done, I can now do the scorched one. So we get rid of these now because now we're using a completely different paradigm. Oh, that was stupid. I should have just... Okay, so I need that, that, the scorched fuel gauge, scorched glass, and it has to be scorched. Seared will not work for this. And then I'm also going to need these. Okay, so. Oh, I was very dumb. I forgot I need the actual scorched bricks, too. Actually, for that matter, we are going to do this. Because I actually do need to do a couple of different things here. Oh, where was it? Scorched fuel gauge? No, it's not the scorched fuel gauge. Here we go. So I need the ingot gauge, the smelter, and then the fuel tank. That was it. Okay, so now what we're doing is... Okay, so it's along here. So I need to set it to, like, here. Although that does limit that, so I think we're going to work on this secondarily. Okay, so now what we do is we need to do the... Did I really forget to grab the scorched bricks? That was the whole reason I did this. Scorched bricks. Okay. And then I think this is as far as I can go with this one. But the benefit is that this one is going to go way higher than the smeltery can, so it doesn't need to be as big because it's going to have height. Okay, so yep. And then, so now what we do is we need to have the scorched fuel gauge set up along this whole wall. Like so. And then the rest of the ground floor is just going to be glass. Then we set up the brain. And the glass. Okay, so I don't need the fuel gauge anymore. I still need the scorched glass though. But I can now get rid of that. I think I can get rid of that too. So now we're mostly just going to be focusing on these. Okay, so now what we have to do is... Boom, boom, boom. Okay, yep. That's gonna be annoying to deal with, but it'll work. Hey, Greedy. Oh shit, I misplaced it. Anyways. Okay, and then, so the idea here is that, oh shoot. So it was seared. Good. I'm still like half trying to recover from something. So, but I'm doing good. Little tired, but good other than that. I'm doing a Minecraft series, and so I am TLDR. Have I talked to you about like what I do for a job, how I drive truck for a living? Let's see. So that is gonna have to be like that. Oops, that is the other way. Shit. Okay, so I drive a Sprinter van, but I basically drive truck. Fuck, I fucked it up. God damn it. Basically, I drive truck for a living, and TLDR, I just got very, very tired, because the company that I drive for had me do a load that was borderline unsafe. Well, they were claiming that, well, you accepted it, so it was fine. But obviously I can't name names or anything like that, because then I'll be fired. And I don't want to do that. So, but also I'm a little frustrated too, because I've been working on this, and I've actually been doing okay with this, because I've been playing this Minecraft series, and it's been absolutely amazing. Oh, it's fine. I absolutely love this mod pack, though. And I keep bricking the saves on accident, because there's magic spells in this game, or in this mod pack, and unfortunately what keeps happening is I keep casting a spell, and it's like breaking the save for the server. So like this is the third time I've had to remake the game, because I keep finding ways to completely brick it. So it's like, well, alright, I guess that's it. Let's see. Oh boy. Okay, so that's fine, because then I'll just have to, like, run on that. Oh, okay, that actually is fine. Okay, so that is now done. And so now what we do is we just do this. So, in regards to my recovery, though, there was a point where... So, I'm 36, which is... I know people make jokes about, not being a spring chicken anymore, but I'm legitimately getting older, and I can't quite act like I used to. Um, and so what ends up happening is I'm just getting tired more and more. Um, Not a huge problem, but I had to stay awake for like 27 hours straight. I pulled it off and I was driving safely because I will not drive if it's unsafe. But because of the method that I do, where I stuff myself full of food and just ridiculous amounts of caffeine, um, it ended up making me violently sick. And I was exhausted. My brain was wiped out. My body was wiped out. I was exhaustively sick afterwards. And so I had to take some time off. And so now I'm back at my parents' house, so I'm going to be taking it a little bit easier. Oh, it's fine. Like I said, I would not have accepted the load if it was truly unsafe for me to do. Um, because I'm not going to jeopardize myself for work. So, it's fine. But so now I'm gonna probably end up taking a week to recover, and then I'm gonna be back to work like usual. Yeah, it kind of sucks because you make enough doing, or I make enough doing this that I don't want to go back to doing something else because just minimum wage really fucking sucks, and I make enough that it's not a problem. Um, but I don't want to go back to working minimum wage again because it fucking sucks. All right. Before I forget, so the reason why I'm bringing this one over to here. Actually, I think it needs to be one more. Yep, there we go. And then I set it like this. Set the Scorched Allier on top. And then we do that, that, and that. Yeah, I do. So I do. I'm a multi-streamer. So when I post on, um, hold on. Perfect. Oh, and of course the pipe is going the wrong way. Fuck. There we go. Yes, sorry. So I'm a multi-streamer. So when I post, I usually post on Twitch, YouTube, and... Oh, my brain just turned off. Brain, why do you do this in the middle of a conversation? I stream to Twitch, YouTube, and TikTok all in one go. I was doing Kick for a little bit, but it was getting very, very there were a lot of bots, spammers, and shit. So like I had to keep going and blocking people, and it wasn't fun. So, but yeah, so I do all three. YouTube has stuff going back all the way to. So if you look at my profile, Greedy, it's actually back in there. My links to the YouTube and to the Twitch are in my profile. Okay, so now what should happen is when I click on that, that'll go all the way back to here, and it'll reload that. It'll refill that fuel tank. And then that'll let me do smelting. This will be for general storage. Now I need to work on this, because this is going to be a bitch. Sure, sounds good. Sorry, I'm a little distracted when I'm, like, counting, so... And then this has to be set up for what I'm about to do. Okay, very good. Really? Let me double check. Let's see. TikTok. Oh, sorry, I got distracted. Oh, you know what? You are correct. I am so sorry about that. Greedy, you are correct. I don't know why the Discord is there, but my other stuff. That's right. It's my YouTube account that has my other stuff. Here, we are going to fix that. Okay, give me just a sec. I am so sorry. Because I know I set up the YouTube to be that, but apparently I did not have my... That is fascinating. Yeah, because I actually have stuff on my YouTube that does not show up anywhere else. Save. Oh, maybe that would be it. Here, so double check my profile again. Greedy, I just updated it. See if it's there now. It shows that it's there for me, but yeah, they might have removed it. If it doesn't work, I'll link it to you directly in chat. Okay, perfect. And then make the lid nice and girthy. Okay, and then now what I need is... Yeah, you're very welcome. Thank you for asking about it, and thank you for letting me know, because like I said, I know I put it in there, so I'm kind of surprised that, like you said, they must have removed it, which is so strange to me. Because you wouldn't think that they would care, but whatever, I guess. Okay, so, now let's try it and see if this works. Okay, yep. That does indeed work. Okay, and that still is visible from the ground. Okay, yep. So we have to be within this radius here for that for it to pick up. So it's actually a little bit higher than my old one was, but that's fine. And there we go. And so this is the idea, is that the lava is just to do damage to the blazes while this fills up. And then after this fills up... Okay, so it's right... And so now that cube of glass is solid enough that all the blazes should just fall down into it, and they shouldn't be able to spawn outside. Just have to ignore the sounds. And there we go. Okay. So now we can get rid of that. I think I got rid of the scorched faucets and channels, though. Which I don't need the channels, I just need the faucets. Yeah. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. Perfect. But yeah, there's stuff over there. Yeah, oh dude, I'm small. I'm not a big subscriber. Or I'm not a big big YouTuber. Very small. Which I'm fine with that. There's nothing wrong with being a little bit of a smaller streamer. It makes it so it's easier to interact with people. So that's why I'm not too worried about that. Cast part anvil, because I like how that... No, I like this one better. And then part builder, tinker station, and crafting table. And so what we do is... I think this will work, but I'm not positive. Yeah, it did. Awesome. I did that backwards. Hold on. I wouldn't do that, man. That sounds like a little too confusing to me. But hey, if you're having fun doing that, go for it. So actually, if you like me chatting, or if you like listening in, there's actually a series that I did that I actually screwed up pretty badly. It's the Digimon. I did Digimon, or the new Digimon game that came out. Loved it. Great game. I had a blast playing it. It was super fun. And then I didn't realize, but for like the last 3 or 4 videos that I did, apparently my mic was set to be super quiet. And so you can't hear me at all throughout the entire finale of the game, which was so stupid. But it's like, well, I can't go back now because I already like saved after it. So it's like, well, what are we gonna do? That's why whenever you record videos, don't make my mistake. Do not record a bunch of series ahead of time. Listen back to each one before you upload it, or else you'll have the same thing happen that I did. Maybe. That depends. What's up? Let's see. Absolutely not, dude. Like, that's the thing, is if you do realize that there is one person watching on YouTube and there's one person on Twitch. What subscribers am I asking to sub? Anyways. Okay, so that's doing that, that's doing that. Oh, that's right. I do need to do one other thing, which is... Here we go. But I need the book because I had this and I had this. And then I also did have the anvil, but that's not as big of an advantage as you might think. Because the stuff to be able to use it, we're not going to be able to get until endgame. And then last thing is chest, and I think we're done. There we go. Okay. Boom, boom, and then I think we're pretty much done. Okay. So now it's just basic basic starting stuff, and we're set to go. Torch. Torch. And then last thing is food, which I'm just going to do apples, and then we're done. Okay. Oh, that's right, because the game crashed. Okay. Okay, there we go. So it's... I know why that happened in the order that it did. It's just very stupid that it happened in the order that it did. Yep. Yep. And then share world. Allow cheats on share world. Survival. Then world sharing stopped. Okay, so now that I'm back in survival, we're done. We're good. I always feel kind of bad when people beg for like subs or whatever, because it's like, I get it, and I get that people want to be as popular as possible, but like the reason why I only have like 80 something subs. Like I've been streaming and doing videos off and on since I think like 2013, but I don't push because if I do a good enough job that people want to share the videos or they want to see more, then they will. And that's awesome. That's great. I would love to engage with more people because for me, I always prefer to game with people. So if I'm stuck, I knew I should have put fucking roof on this thing. Everything that I can't use right this second is going to go in here. But yeah, so it's like, I get it, but on the other hand, it's also like, if I wasn't pushy, I'm not going to be pushy for you. Dracmarand. I always love those brief moments where, like, it's you can't see what's going on. Yeah, this is where all that villager shit was. Was just in, like, this strip. And over here. But yeah, it's like, if I'm not going to be pushy for me, I'm definitely not going to be pushy for you, so. Sorry, but not. Hello? Oh, look at this. This is a delightful house. I could have set up here. I'm gonna take the food, thank you, sir. I have that stupid chicken banana song stuck in my head. Oh god. Yeah, I don't know which mod added babies, but god, the baby creepers and skeletons are the worst. Oh shit, there is one thing that I forgot to do. So, there is one last item I was gonna cheat in, because like I was saying in the previous episode, there were certain things that I do need to spawn in just because they are incredibly difficult to do, or they don't work quite right. And so the one in particular that I'm thinking of, you have to get, so this mod requires a lot of stuff, and unfortunately a lot of stuff only drops from bosses that have like 500 health. I think the lowest HP was 500 health, but the boss had 2 phases, so really it had over 1,000 health that you're expected to just do solo, which is ridiculously hard. Nope, nope. We're not doing that. I think they can also spawn outside. But so, one of the things that you have, the final crafting table that you get requires certain items that you can only get from, like, it claims you can get them from other places or from a wandering trader. I have never successfully gotten them to show up anywhere except the where the warden is, the Skulk City. So I might spawn that in just because trying to get the actual one is borderline. Like, I don't know how to do it. But also, like I said, this is not the first. Like, they do some weird stuff where it's like you have to have arcane dust to do anything, but it's almost impossible to get arcane dust because it's such a rare spawn. And they did say there were some mods. Oh, that's right. It was Apotheosis that I was supposed to look into, and I forgot. But apparently there are some mods where you can put them into a farm, and that lets you... that lets you take care of stuff. Or that lets you get them in. I don't know what I was expecting, but a bunch of hay is just about right. It's 11:05. I don't know how I'm tired. I went to sleep at 11 o'clock last night. I don't know how I can still be tired. But yeah, basically at this point I'm just looking for something interesting. Or cool. I don't know. I might go to bed just because I am tired, and if I'm just going to... Because when I start to get tired, I start getting much less verbal, and if I'm just going to sit and stare at the screen, like, I can do that solo, like, and just listen to music while I do this. Shit, was that what I was looking at? Did I miss it? No, yeah, that's that. So then, is that just, I think that's just a regular house. That's new. You said it, Kyle. What? Oh, okay, so I don't get to see the achievement. Why did I get curses? fucking sauna. That's amazing. Ooh, I actually need shit. Oh, there it is. I actually need the Spore Blossom for something. I also need Dripstone. Or at least I think I do? I'm not entirely sure. So, from what I remember, Dripstone allowed the player to create an infinite number of liquids, because if you set a Dripstone down and then you run a oh shit, it is these. Oh, it's a skeleton. I was gonna say, because the last time I saw something like that, they were bandits, and they did massive amounts of damage. Hi. That's cool. That is a cool effect. Right. I'm assuming they're just gonna hit me. Yep. Ow. But stop them from spawning. Oh, that's right. I can't knock them back, which is really weird. So are these zombies, or what the hell are these things? Yeah, because it says they're just a potion. I was hoping they'd get stuck. That gives them time to heal. Because, yeah, I'm a little bit tired and just... Because I'm not going to really do anything else other than that one enchanting table. And that's mainly because I just don't want to start from scratch. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. So, sorry this was so short. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will be streaming tomorrow probably, but thank you much. Talk to you then.